If you're a karate fan or a karate athlete in the British Columbia area or outside of the British Columbia area, there is nowhere else you should be this coming weekend but the Celebration of Karate seminar in Kelowna, BC. Rodney Hobson Karate Academy hosting it. There's going to be, 4 different styles there, including strength and conditioning, fitness from myself.
Yes.
You're going to be there, Richard.
Yes.
You're going to be doing Wadokai. We got everything happening. It's a celebration of the sport of karate, and you can be there too. Go to karatebc.org to sign up, or Rodney Hobson Karate Academy, rhka.com. Sign up there, but come hang out with us, learn everything there is to know about karate in the karate world, and be there. If you haven't already signed up, do that. All right, Richard, take us away.
Karate 360, let's start the show. You will kick high and I will sweep low. From local to global, it's the thing that we love. Karate.
Sanrokumaru.
Celebration of Karate, September 22nd, 23rd.
That's right. This coming weekend for you guys listening in, and it's going to be a grand old time.
Did you see that guy who made that really hilarious video of it?
The vlog? I saw it. With your balloons? I can only imagine what people were thinking of that when you were out there.
Oh, yeah. People are waving at me, actually.
Oh, yeah.
What's really funny is I went to the shop, and the girl in the shop who got the balloons, if you haven't seen it.
She played around great.
She was loving it. She was loving it.
Yeah.
And so go watch my vlog. You can see this great thing, and little clips of it on Instagram. So I was going to get 20 balloons.
Okay.
Right? So I bought 20 balloons. And they're like, okay, can you fill them with helium? And that would be awesome. I was like...
Helium, yeah.
So 20 balloons. I thought, this will really knock it out of the park. And in 25 minutes after that, I had to do a birthday party. And she's like, it's an hour to fill up 20 balloons because I have to run the till for all the customers. So in between sales, I'm filling up balloons. So give me like an hour. I'm like, just give me as many as you can in 25 minutes. And so she gave me as many as she could. So I ran here, put the balloons out. They were awesome. Like, there's helium, right?
Yeah.
And so then the birthday party's like, these are amazing. Can I take them all home? And I'm like, I only had 8.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can take 2. I need 6. And so, no, it was fun. It was fun to do. And,
it's even going to be fun to be there. Can't wait. It's going to be a good time.
Shotokan, Goju, Shito, Wado, Kobudo, fitness training.
Everything you need to enhance your karate training. And there's going to be one-on-ones available.
That's right.
For all of us as well.
Yeah, one-on-one training. Like I was saying in my video, even in Japan, this doesn't happen where they just pile all these different styles and seminars into one weekend.
For sure.
And include the fitness training and Kobudo. On mainland Japan, Kobudo is not even popular.
Yeah.
So
and the fitness training, not only am I going to basically tell you how to train for karate performance, how you can specifically train for your goals in karate, but I'm also going to test and measure your fitness. I want to see where you're at and what you can do to improve it going forward.
That's good. That's good for absolutely everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be tailored to each individual person. So whether you're going for a belt test, whether you're trying to get on the BC team, whether you just want to get more fit, whatever it is, it's going to be tailored to whatever you want.
It was really late night the other night. I was going through all the videos of you like talking about fitness and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw you posted the one.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is a really good one of Kaylin because it was really like clear and precise.
Yeah.
And Leah saw me with the balloon. She laughed so loud she started snorting. It was so funny. But she saw you and she's like, he likes to use his hands.
I do I'm a hand talker.
It's a hand guy. I'm like, hey, it's us Latino guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mediterranean. It's all the same.
Exactly.
When I'm in class teaching at UVic, I've had a couple comments of that too, of how I'm like a hand talker, and it's just, I don't know, it just emphasizes.
It's called total physical presentation.
That's right. That's right.
Right on. Yeah, that's be good. So if you guys listening to this, you have 4 days left to register.
That's right. So make sure you get in there because it's going to be a great time. Rodney said it's already like full, but he's opened up to however many else he can get really.
That's
so
awesome.
It's going to be a great time.
I think that the format's really cool, and I want to see if we can replicate that on the island in next year.
For sure. Yeah. I think it's going to be good.
Great. Lots of stuff happening.
We had tonight here locally for the Kenzen team a little team startup. Now I walked in. I was a couple minutes late. I had come from work. We knew I was going to be late, and I was not expecting what I walked into. I thought for sure there'd be a few handful maybe of people that are wanting to compete and move forward with this Team Kenzen competition idea. And when I walked in, I thought, holy crap! Like there's that back area, the gym there is full. It was
I think I counted 22 or 23 people. Like there's like 13 kids, 14 kids, and then parents.
Yeah.
You know? It was packed.
It was packed, and the people were listening, and it was buzzing, and it was going, and everything was good. So yeah, I mean, it's great.
This concept that our friend Eric from American Sports Karate gave us, you know, about having different levels inside your team, and then it's calling a startup level, a regional level for day trips and stuff. And then they have to start at the beginning of the season, follow the season through. And then it worked really well. Now we have a regional, provincial, national level, and they can really see a progression. Even had like, you know, one girl's like, I'm trying out for the BC team this year. Like, you're a red belt. Yeah, but I'm trying out for the team. And then we literally had to walk her through all the way to when she's going to win a gold at the World Championships.
Yes.
I kept saying, like, when no Canadian's ever done it. And it's 10 to 11 years now. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, I really like how we've talked about this before, but how you really broke it down to the 3-year cycles, and, you know, 3 years to medal at nationals, and then another 3 years to win and get on the national team, and then 3 years on top of that. And you kind of see it almost like a light bulb clicked, and everybody says, oh, so I'm not going to win right away.
Yes,
like, they kind of recognize that this is a process, and being in this program is just the start of the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I remember a long time ago when I was coaching the BC team, we used to have everyone write in notebooks. And I remember the most common thing people write was confidence. Like, how I could be more confident in just throwing a move or going to tournaments. And the second one was dealing with expectations, where I think I'm going to get a gold medal at nationals this year, and I'm going to get a gold medal all the way to the Worlds. And like, no, as long as you think in a process, you'll make it. Yeah. You'll make it.
What do you think's harder for an athlete? Do you think the expectations that they can give themselves, or sometimes the expectations that's put on them from their club or maybe their coach?
It's big. Parents are, I think, have the biggest pressure cooker.
Yeah, for sure. They want to see their kids do good, and sometimes they get carried away.
You know, really, it's who can balance the pressures around them while having the most realistic understanding of where they are in their own journey.
Yes.
Because sometimes people think they're better than they are.
Yes.
And some people think they're worse than they are.
Yeah.
And that can really throw off how much preparation they do.
100%. And I think that's where mental training can actually take a big advantage, and how it can really help trying to place you where you're at and recognize not only where you're at, but, you know, how you're feeling about certain situations leading up to competitions, and where and what that means type thing. So I think
absolutely.
It's important.
So with us, we probably have like 10 regional people, 5 to 6 provincial, and if we'll see more people try out for the team.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is a really good start. And then really, it's managing, like you said. I think parents, we got to manage their expectations.
For sure.
You know? Yeah. And I think it was good, like explaining to some people, you go over on a long trip or an overnight trip, and the kids are too young, and they try too much too soon, they can drop out. And so I've done this before, but today was the biggest time with the biggest group. I was saying, like, no, your child should not go to that event.
Yeah.
Right? No, actually, it's too...
Like, pump the brakes, slow down.
Pump the brakes, slow down. It's better to do an in-house tournament.
Yeah.
Let's get them on their feet. And so it was good. Yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, it was great. And, of course, we have the Victoria Open coming up here in a couple weeks.
Hurry up. Sign up. Come help out.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're having officials course the night before Friday night.
Saturday all day is
Saturday.
new officials course. And then there's refresher in the afternoon from 3 to 5.
Yes. And then Sunday's going to be the event.
Sunday's the event.
Yeah.
Golden League.
The Golden League. And, of course, the first half, one of two, the other being the Camel River tournament.
That's right. October 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Which, by the way, I will not be here for October 27th. I will be in sunny Miami, Florida.
That's right.
So I won't be here, unfortunately, for that. I'll be here for Victoria Open, but not for the...
I can watch Serena Williams lose it on a judge.
Oh, my goodness.
Will she be in that type of tournament? Is it
she won't. No. This is an amateur World Championships, so she won't be in that one. But yeah, I got some thoughts on that. What I don't understand here, outside of the situation.
Yes.
So in tennis, your coach during the match is not allowed to coach you. That's what she got in trouble for. I
think when they're sitting down between sets, right?
No. There is no coaching. No coaching allowed, which doesn't make sense. Like I can't wrap my head around during a match how you cannot give coaching to
I
the
guess
athlete.
maybe they get distracted or something.
I don't know. I have no idea. I can understand while they're doing the rallies, you're supposed to be quiet or whatever.
But not even when they're sitting and having their water break?
But nothing. Not even while they're having their water break, not even in between sets, anything like that.
That's a real pro, eh?
100%. But
and a game can go on for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, or longer. Yeah, for sure. So it's weird, and I hope karate never adopts that.
Yes. Yeah, that's a funny animal. Luckily we are. I mean, I remember Dr. Chiling. He all 4 of his daughters became national champions, and he was on the medical committee for the WKF. And he said when he was training his girls and his kids, he said once they stepped on the mat, he never wanted them to look at him. He would be there, and that would give them a feeling of support and confidence.
Just his presence, yeah.
But he never said, okay, I want you to change, look, do this, that, because he wanted them to be their own decision maker. So he said if they're really well prepared, just you being there gave them confidence. And I remember John Cavanaugh writing the same thing. He was like, I like to go all these amateur events and be in the corner, because a lot of times I don't say anything. Because just the athlete feels comfortable that I'm there.
Just him there, yeah.
It's like, you have your parental figure there.
Sure.
The coach there who can be dealing with stuff. So, but not to talk to your athlete for an hour and a half. That's
weird. It's weird. But
pros, man.
Pros, there it is.
Big money.
And then also, I don't know how much of this you're allowed to speak of, but the Wadokai
first annual North American Wadokai Karate Invitational Championships was in Denver, Colorado, USA. August 2nd to the 4th, 2019. August 2nd to the 4th. It will move location.
It's moving.
Yes. Behind the scenes, behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Where all the machinery is all made.
Everything's ticking.
How they make the cupcakes, how they make the sausage.
Yeah.
So in the back room, they make sausages and tournaments. We just had to do a move. And we'll most likely move it to Vancouver.
Yes, okay.
And probably the same weekend, August 2nd to the 4th. And I will give the official update on October the 1st.
Okay, so it's coming, working on it. Stay tuned.
Yes, and it's still the first annual North American Wadokai Karate Invitational Championships plus Alpha. As in, we probably will invite a few other Wado groups outside the Wadokai.
Okay.
Just to do some Wado community building.
Awesome. Love it.
So you heard it here first publicly, but officially October 1st, you'll hear the final announcement. Actually, I'm going to Vancouver next week to meet the location and do the prepping and stuff.
There you go. All right. So we'll stay tuned for that. All right. Since we're moving right along here, why don't we get into this week's Karate Global News? What do you got for us, Richard?
Well, there was no big WKF tournament. Actually, there's going to be one.
No events.
This weekend, isn't it? At Berlin?
That's right. Yeah. The Berlin Open is this weekend.
Berlin.
So by the time this comes out, we will have results, but we will not discuss it. So we'll go over that next week. But yeah, this weekend is the German Open. Premier League.
What came out today was in the world of officiating. And some parents have asked me about this. Like, can I officiate if I'm not in karate? If you join karate, sure. Become a green belt.
So you have to be a green belt.
You got to be in karate to become an official, and you start as a regional official. Then, all around the world, you'll move to some sort of like provincial or state level, national level, continental, world. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got that flow. Now, at the world level, here is what came from the World Karate Federation Executive Committee.
To be a WKF official.
Yes, this is to stay a WKF official. Stay a WKF official and to be able to officiate at the World Junior Championships in 2019.
Okay.
Right? All WKF officials have to attend and officiate at the following events. 2 Premier Leagues, 1 Series A, 1 Youth League in 3 continents.
So 4 different events in 3 different continents.
Yes, for the championship.
To stay a WKF referee.
Well, or to be able to go to be at the World Junior Champs.
Okay, to be at the World Championships.
To be an official at the World Junior Championships.
Okay.
Which is kind of like the second big one after the Senior Championships.
Yeah.
For the senior championships in Madrid this year, those who participate in the referee course and pass examination will be able to officiate in the World Championships as confirmation event.
Okay.
Those who do not pass will only be authorized to do so in the case they show the necessary 2 Premier League and 1 Series A in 3 continents 2018. So you pass the referee course this year in 2 months, the senior championship, 3 tournaments on 2 continents. It's now 4 tournaments on 3 continents. Let me tell you, it's expensive.
Yeah, that's not going to be cheap. That's for sure.
It's expensive. Now I understand that they want people to be better trained, more aware, more experienced. A lot of these events have officials training attached to it, and some of them don't. But they want people to be much more fluid with the rules, and I think this just gives them a lot more oversight.
Sure.
However, this is a pay to play. Just like with the athletes, it's pay to play. The more K1s you go to, Premier Leagues you go to, better points you can get.
Yes.
Bit more up the rankings you can go to. So it'll see. I mean, I know officials right now who've dropped out of being WKF officials just because due to the cost.
Yeah. No, it seems quite steep, but also we want the best.
But
the best
we're talking about
referees
the
at that
world
level, right?
We're talking about the world like refereeing at the World Championships.
Yeah, I mean,
not just refereeing at a Premier League.
If you look at referees in different sports, I mean, their requirements are probably just as expensive and just as hard to get, basically, at that level for sure. So I mean, I think it's important to have it.
The one thing that seems to be missing, and I don't know why, and I'm not saying this is a criticism because I don't have all the information, is there's like, as far as I know, no webinars. Right? There's not like you make a certain level, you get a password to a website, and you get invited to a webinar. Right? I mean, when I was in university in Tokyo, and I
University of Tokyo is in Tokyo.
Oh, okay. And so I was able to sign up for courses at Harvard, and we did it on webinars.
Sure,
we can't fly halfway around the world.
Yeah.
So we would have these webinar courses on really difficult topics.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just throwing out some stuff the other day, and I found my international refugee law course, and how all the 7 steps of being a refugee and all the international law behind it and all the reasoning for the law behind it. And we did that through webinars.
Sure.
But it was only one sit down. That stuff was way more difficult to understand than this. And obviously there's physical gestures as being an official. So it's not a real criticism. It's just a question like, can they train people more, or is it really the only way to deal with it is in person? So
Right.
That's the rule. It's going to happen.
It's the rule. That's what's happening.
It was 3 events, 2 continents, 2018. It's going to be more.
It's going to be more. All right, another thing that came out here in the Karate Global News, I don't know if you saw, but Karate Combat has their next event.
Didn't they email us?
They did. We knew before everybody else knew.
Boom. We were announcing this before anybody else knows.
I don't know if we announced it because we kept on the DL. But the next event, Karate Combat, we're talking the Full Contact Karate League, is going to be in New York City.
Let's go.
It's coming up next weekend. Not next weekend, but in September 27th. So it's coming up real quick.
So I can fly there on the Friday 27th.
Yep.
Do the thing. And I'll fly back Saturday morning and then organize the Victoria Open next day.
You let me know how that goes. So it's coming to New York. It's going to be a good time. I'm sure we're going to keep our eye on it. A couple athletes to look at. The main event here on this one is going to be a couple new karate athletes, Abdallah Ibrahim as well as Dinacio Gustavo. So that's going to be the main event on those ones. We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll also
talk about Abdallah Ibrahim in like 1 or 2 shows ago? Yeah,
and I believe he is a Wado Kai karate athlete, actually.
From Egypt, right?
That's right. Yeah. So, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Karate Combat, it's the Full Contact League. It'll be good to see what happens and how their production value maybe changes or
I want to see it's like the UFC. It's going to evolve.
100%.
It's going to evolve.
100%. So I want to see how it compares to their last one because, we talked about it. There was a few things I thought they could have done better. It was a great event, but it's still growing, and I think it'll be different.
I do like the uniform. Like I like the white pants.
100%.
And the black belt.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're
and
just
I
going
love
shirtless.
The pit. Like
the pit is awesome.
Yeah.
You just get to the edge, you push back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to evolve. Seeing how it grows. I like how they changed the logo.
Yeah. Yep. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on it and see how it goes. So there it is. We'll keep an eye September 27th in New York, the new Karate Combat.
New York City.
All right. Give us your technical tactical, Richard.
All right. So on my vlog, I spent some time looking at, obviously your videos and Rodney Hobson's videos. And he had a drill on here.
I saw this.
I thought it was good. And I've seen another variation of this, which is, everyone's copying and looking at stuff from each other.
Yeah.
And
copycat world right now for sure.
That's right. So the one that I saw, let's just show you guys this one. This is where a belt is tied to the neck portion of a bob.
A bob bag. Yeah.
Yep. And the athlete holds it. And I'm just going to turn the sound off here. And what Rodney's, talking about in the corner is for the leg to travel up along the belt. So it's coming up the blind spot. And kids are practicing. Look, they're doing a really good job here.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Cal Baudouin there.
Yeah.
And I don't know who that other athlete is there.
And then that was just another way of training. Actually, Reza used to do that drill with us a lot. Just stand with her back and just lean. So the way that I've seen this before, and we did this last night, was you actually have your partner just hold, like they can take their belt off or just get an extra belt, and they hold it in their arm and they're kind of like doing a bicep curl.
Okay.
And then the person is holding the belt. And actually, these guys are holding it. When these guys are doing it, which is just fine, they are far away, almost at the belt edge. And you notice as they're going, the belt kind of loops this way.
Right, yes.
Right? So in this kick here, his left hand is still towards the person, but his right hand is fallen down.
Yes, yeah.
So the way I learned it was this hand your back hand stays on your chin. And then your lead hand actually pulls tighter. You get actually closer.
Yeah.
Right? So you keep that up. He has a really good extension. His heel's still on the floor. Good flexibility. But you can do exactly the same thing with your partner, just holding it like a bicep curl, like a bicep pose. And then you're just training going up the line. And by the way, it's a really good drill, even if you're not flexible yet, because you can just lower your arm.
Yeah, you can just change the target. Yeah.
And you can practice in your ankle. If you lift, you can put your foot on the floor and you lift your ankle and then tap your toes downwards. And that's the feeling you want right at the end of that kick.
Okay.
Right? And so you can, by hitting someone's glove, you just get that practice session. So you can bring your hand up or down, and then by person pulling on the belt. And it's great. Rodney had a really good point. If you follow the line of the belt, you get right up the side. And obviously there's other ways, like depending on the angle of where their arm is, you could have to change your leg. But I thought this was a really good drill.
No, I like it for sure.
The guys are training hard here. Good extension. Nice kind of pause at the top just to feel the extension out. This one we used to raise a lot. We would stand and just hook like crazy. Yeah.
No, shout out to Rodney Hobson. That's great.
So the drill needs a name. So I haven't asked Rodney the name of that drill, but if he doesn't, I have to ask him. But otherwise, I'll give it to the kids. Kids in the after school program came up with 5 themes. 5 themes. They train 5 days a week, so we came up with 5 themes. Are you ready for them?
Let's give it to me.
Write them down. Motivation Mondays.
Okay.
Because Monday is like you get started, you make your goals for the week.
Hashtag Monday motivation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tournament Tuesdays.
Okay.
Because it's sports karate training on Tuesdays.
Okay, I like it.
Workout Wednesdays.
Yes. They're just stealing right from Twitter.
Exactly. Technical Thursdays.
Okay.
My son called it Technical Thinking Thursdays.
Technical Thinking Thursdays.
Technical Thursdays, because that's the day you really think about your belt test.
Okay.
And then the last one, they wanted Fitness Fun Fridays.
I support that.
You support that? And I said, no. It's Wash Sensei's car Fridays. And they're like, no. So, yeah, in terms of themes.
I like those. I like having themes of the week. It's great. Yeah. All right. I swear we don't always plan it this way. The fitness training tip of the week is actually how to train to improve your kicks.
Woo!
So one thing that you can do, when I'm thinking about how to effectively perform a kick, one thing that I was told a long time ago is we know when we do our kicks, when we're in a kumite match, we want to bring our knee kind of straight up and then perform our hook kick or perform our kick, and you can kind of be a decision maker once you get up there. But the ability to take your foot from the floor and bring your knee up is actually the hardest part of the kick. The rest of it is just kind of flexing of the hip or trying to flick it out from washigiri or whatever it is. So one of the things that I used to train as an athlete, and I recommend people train, is their hip flexion, bringing their foot from the floor up to their chest or however high they can get it, and doing that nice and fast. And one thing that I used to do, and I get people to do that are competing, is tie a band, take like an exercise band, tie it around your leg, your ankle, or your knee, whatever works, and just as fast as you can, do 100 different knee flexors, lifting your knee as fast as you can. As soon as it touches the floor, back up. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down, down, as fast as you can, training yourself to bring that knee up hard and fast and with resistance.
Yes.
And as we know, we do that, we take the resistance off and we do it another 100 times without. Of course, there's the other parts of it where you actually have to execute the technique, but the most important part is getting your knee up nice and hard. Another way you can do it is like a squat jump with a tuck at the top.
Yes.
So you jump up and you tuck your knees up nice and fast and hard, and you bring them back down. Tuck your knees up nice and fast. So anything that gives you that hip flexion nice and hard, nice and fast is really going to help your kicks because it's going to drive that knee up.
It was really funny you said that because in this morning's workout, it was 3 steps, drive knee. 3 steps, drive knee. That's what we did for our
pop. And that's a great drill too.
15-minute workout this morning.
No, it's good, and it's super important. It's what I find people are often lagging is sometimes bringing that knee up. It can be quite slow, but it has to be explosive.
And a lot of people kick without using their actual knee.
Yeah,
like
100%.
they just lift their leg up and coming down.
Yeah.
There's less of a critical moment.
Yes.
With using the knee bend, right?
Yeah, 100%. And you can, technically you can hide it better. You can actually, like I said, be a decision maker once you're up there. You can go washigiri or Umawash or whatever. And yeah, so that's what I recommend.
What's the going idea on how much plyometric movement you should train?
So plyometrics are a great way to train explosiveness, agility, all that kind of stuff, especially sports specific. You do only want to do it probably about 2 or 3 at most times a week because it's actually quite hard on your joints. Plyometric training is mostly your joints. It's not actually your muscles. It's actually mostly your joints that take it. So you need to give enough time to recover from the impact and from the change of motion and the joint damage. And one thing you can train outside of your plyometric training to help your plyometrics and to help not get so injured is what's called eccentric training, which is like the downward motion of it. So bicep curl is an easy example. You wouldn't obviously do plyometrics of the biceps, but a good example of an eccentric
football receiver.
Yeah, I guess maybe. So an eccentric phase is the lowering of the weight, the lengthening of the muscle. Controlling that eccentric phase is actually going to help build up the tendons and ligaments in the joints, and that can actually help with your plyometric training.
So would that be like leg, or just doing like a leg curl or leg extension, just going slow?
Yes, or a squat going slow on the way down, right? Just really controlling it, feel the stretch through the legs, and you'll actually be able to get it into the joints a little bit more. So eccentric training is going to help with your plyometric. But again, if you're just doing plyometric training 2 or 3 times a week at most, and make sure you spread it out. Like you don't want to do a plyometric training and then a heavy resistance strength training the next day. You want to make sure you're fully recovered.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Did I tell you what the kids are doing to get water breaks and stuff in the class?
No.
They have to do a push-up plank. They have to do 2 push-ups.
Okay.
Go down, roll, get in a really good crunch position, push their nose to the ceiling, do 2 crunches, roll back, push-up plank, then pop their knees into a squat, then stand up and do 2 squats.
Making them work for their water.
2. The thing is, we do it several times in the class.
Yeah. So they're getting some fitness in.
It's amazing to see like who can actually roll or stand or some kids are getting really, really. You should watch James.
I bet.
He's just like like a machine.
Yeah. James is going to be a strong kid. He's just built to be a strong kid. Like his proportions in terms of torso, leg, he's just like the perfect proportion. I don't know if he likes kata or kumite better, but I think he's going to be a very strong kata athlete.
Yeah, I think
just based on his frame.
My guess.
I mean, he's a very good kumite athlete too for his age, but just based on his frame, his kata is going to be strong, I think.
My guess is in the future he'll float more to kata.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
But we'll see. Like he loves to spar too.
Yeah, and he's really good at it. So There you go. All right, we got some upcoming tournaments coming. We already talked about the K1 Premier League in Germany happening this weekend. We'll discuss the results on that on the next show. Also coming up later this month, September 21st to 23rd, is the Series A in Chile. And then we got the Premier League in Tokyo, Japan in October on the 12th to the 14th, leading us into, in November, the 24th biannual Senior Championships in Spain.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's going to be a good time.
And
of course,
Open.
Victoria Open coming up. The celebration of karate. If you're not already registered for that, make sure you get registered. Come see us in beautiful Kelowna, and we'll be there.
Do you think the lake in Kelowna is still warm?
No. I don't, but we can try.
snowing on the Coquihalla, but
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
No, this is an amazing month, and we're not even talking about next month yet. Next month's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be crazy. All right, guys, we appreciate you guys listening in. Karate 360 podcast on Facebook, online www.karate360podcast.com, and of course Richard Mosdell on all the social medias.
That's right.
Kaylin Anglos on all the social medias.
That's right. That's us. Send us some comments. Look forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk to you next week.
100%. Let's sign off. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week. San Rokumaru.